Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report for a look at new insights about web surveys, including who they tend to represent, who they do not represent, and the implications on good survey research. Then my perspective on the passing of a man who would have been a researcher's nightmare or maybe a dream. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. Conclusions of a just-released Pew Research Center study on web surveys, which are faster, cheaper, and more flexible than phone research and therefore driving tremendous adoption in marketing and government work, shows a lot of interesting things. The study takes dead aim at accuracy, which Pew decided to examine from the standpoint of who is missing from a web survey when it is fielded and how and if that affects results. Pew's study used its American Trends panel. Most of the members on it participate via the web, but there are 20% who do not, either because they are not online or will not provide an email address. Here are the 4 key findings from the research. Survey results are mostly not affected when non-web respondents are not included. In fact, only 9 of 406 survey items in the study yielded a 5% or greater difference when non-web respondents were not included. Second, in the same vein, removal of non-web survey takers made no difference in national survey results. Number 3, the previously noted non-web survey participants are that way because of a lack of or decision not to partake in internet or connection to the necessary technology. And finally, although Pew concluded that exclusion of non-web survey participants had no real impact, this study did demonstrate large differences among senior citizens, African Americans, and the less educated from the full national sample. We are linking to a summary from Pew's Eileen Patton and Andrew Perrin. Take a look. It's an interesting piece of work. Next, I would be personally remiss in failing to spend a minute or so commenting on the death of baseball great Yogi Berra, one of the game's greatest catchers, the definition of a winner because he somehow was able to win more world championships than any other player who's ever participated in the major leagues, 10 of them. And he was a person who was universally beloved by those in the baseball fraternity. Yogi was, of course, best known in and outside the game as the king of malaprops. And yet, they made sense after a few minutes of consideration. In fact, that's the basis for my salute today. I've tried to imagine how a famous stream of thought from Yogi would have come across in a focus group or another research setting. There is no doubt, if you really think about it, that Yogi was way ahead of his time, because decades ago he stated, "You can observe a lot just by watching." That's something that we're paying a tremendous amount of attention to today. And then there are other comments like, if he had been asked what he thought about various options before him, he might have taken the opportunity then and there to state one of his most famous Yogi-isms. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. Or, you've got to be very careful if you don't know where you're going because you might not get there. If asked about whether he liked or disliked a particular restaurant, he might have used that moment to utter his famous, "No one goes there anymore. It's too crowded." For a business struggling to get customers, he could have suggested, from a baseball vein, if people don't want to come to the ballpark, how can you stop them? And 3 quotes are more likely today applicable than when he initially expressed them. First, of what can be expected over the horizon. How about, it's like deja vu all over again? Even more particularly, the future ain't what it used to be. And so if there's a researcher out there that had ever had Yogi in their focus group or in any other research setting, I would of course love to hear about it. Lawrence Peter Berra was 90 when he died this past Tuesday night. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. Check out Sotech.com and find out why this is a terrific company that could probably do great work for you. Have a great research day, and we hope that the rest of your research week is a good and profitable one. Please enjoy your upcoming weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.